the study that put Georgia's death penalty on trial in the 1970s. Something disturbing was happening inside Georgia's criminal justice system. And it wasn't a rumor, it was math. Researchers analyzed more than 2,000 murder cases in Georgia. What they found would shake the entire death penalty debate in America. This research became known as the Baldus Study. The numbers revealed a brutal pattern. Defendants accused of killing white victims were far more likely to receive the death penalty than those accused of killing black victims. But the most shocking part, black defendants who killed white victims were the most likely of all to be sentenced to death. This wasn't one bad prosecutor. It wasn't one unfair judge. It was a system-wide pattern. In 1987, this data reached the U.S. Supreme Court in a case called McCleskey v. Kemp. The defendant, Warren McCleskey, sat on death row at Georgia State Prison. His lawyers argued that the statistics proved racial bias in capital sentencing and that his execution would violate the Constitution. The evidence was clear. The numbers were overwhelming. The implications were terrifying. But the Supreme Court made a historic decision. They ruled that statistical evidence alone was not enough to overturn a death sentence. Unless McCleskey could prove intentional discrimination in his specific case, the execution could proceed. In other words, the court acknowledged the system was flawed, but refused to change the outcome. Legal scholars called it one of the most important and controversial death penalty rulings in U.S. history. The Baldus Study didn't end capital punishment, but it permanently changed how America talks about race, justice, and the cost of ignoring data. Because sometimes, the truth isn't hidden. It's documented. If you care about real crime, real cases, and real justice, subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts below.